Okay guys, here it is. Here we have the KROMREY counter-rotating, running both sides of the armatures. They are in sync right now, producing 250 volts AC, and I am not pushing the envelope at all as far as RPM. The RPM on the south armature is roughly 1079. The RPM on the north armature is roughly identical, plus or minus an RPM or so. And this is what it's producing from an AC voltage standpoint. The machine is drawing currently 3-point-some amps on the north armature and 2.34 amps on the south armature. I'm going to hook up the DC capacitor so you can see from a DC standpoint what this is producing after going through the full bridge wave rectifier. Here we go. Now you heard it speed up. And it seems to be self-oscillating. It's trying to regulate itself, I believe. We're out of sync now from an RPM standpoint, it looks like. So let me just tack it. The south armature is 1176. The north armature is 1132, so I have to increase the RPM of the north armature ever so slightly. That sounds better. It sounds just like a multi-engine aircraft when you're doing this. So 1147 on the north armature. A little bit slow in the south, so I'll increase the RPM ever so slightly there too. And you can see the amp draw on this now is, again, 2.4 on the south armature, 3.4 on the north armature. And it pushed 445 volts into the DC cap. So there it is. And again, that's very, very nominal RPM. It can be pushed higher. But that's only a 450 volt cap, so I'm not going to push it. And there they are, spinning along. And I'll shut them down. There's the north armature. And there is the south armature. And these armature faces do not get hot at all. And I think it has something to do with the fact that I have a pretty significant gap between the armature faces and the magnetic stacks themselves, so it's not even remotely getting hot. I would venture to guess that if I were to move these magnets in further, more voltage, perhaps more drag, but as of right now it seems to be running well. So there it is, running both sides, producing a little bit over 440 volts DC. There to go.